In this video, we will be discussing how to create a bank account in the United States with the business you've just registered with your limited liability company, irrespective of the country that you are from. We've already done a video on how to open a limited liability company in the United States. If you missed it, you can check the link below in this description to be able to access the video. So given that you are not a US resident, you don't necessarily have to travel to the United States and be physically present to be able to open a bank account in the United States. You can just do it online, and one of the best platforms that can help you achieve this process of opening a bank account in the United States is Mercury. Mercury is a fintech company. Mercury itself is not a bank, it's a financial technological company that facilitates you to be able to own and operate a bank account in the United States, even though you're not from the United States and even though you're not going to be opening the bank account physically in the United States. It partners with banks that are FDIC insured. So this way, you know that it is safe and it is a very good platform for you to be able to run a successful business for your company. Hence, this video takes you through the step-by-step process of successfully opening a bank account in the United States by using the Mercury platform. If you'd like to support us, simply use the link in the description, use the link attached to this video to open your Mercury bank account. And if you have any questions, you can easily contact us. If you need any help in registering your business in the United States and forming a limited liability company in the United States, you can click the link below on this page. We offer you a full business guide to be able to guide you through this process, and we also offer a one-on-one consultation if you want a hands-on guide throughout the process. Having said that, let's get to the starting of the creation of your bank account in the United States. Once you click the link in the description below, it will bring you to this page. Once you get to this page or something similar to this page, you realize that this is an affiliate link for us at no additional cost to you. So the first thing you want to do is you want to put in an active email address. In this case, we put in then we click on open an account. So first thing we want to do is we want to put in our name, our last name, and our password. One thing I want you to take note of is that any information, any personal details, any company details, any personal address, any company address that you put in, make sure to try your level best to make sure that it matches exactly what is on the document of your articles of organization and what is on your certificate of organization and what is on your EIN document, because later on you'll have to submit this document as a proof of personal address and proof of your company. So if the names and the addresses do not match, then Mercury will likely not accept the opening of your account. So just take this into consideration. So first, we put in our first name, then last name, then we create a password, and start application. So what is the company's name? We make sure we use the name that is already on our articles of organization. Then next. Then Callsign, kind of like a username or anything. You can still just use your LLC. So it has to be in lowercase letter. Next. So here, when you get to this place, is your company any of the following? What I want you to do is click on none of the above. Click on none of the above, because if you choose any of these, there is a high possibility that Mercury will not allow you to open a bank account with them. So click on none of the above. That's the safest option so that your account will not be flagged. Now, we have 5 major categories that we need to complete. First is company info, company address, ownership details, company document, and expert activity. So let's start with the first one, the company info. So my company has a DBA. So far, we did not discuss anything about DBA, doing business as. So we're leaving our company as the way it is. We do not have a DBA. We are simply using our LLC the way it is. Now, the country of incorporation, we incorporated our company in the United States, so we leave it as United States. Then we put in our phone number. Now, if you already have a US phone number, you can put it in there, which is the best. But if you don't have a US phone number, you can use your country's local phone number. Next, Once we get to employer identification number, all you just need to do is make sure that you put in the number that corresponds with what is on your LTR147C letter you received from the IRS or your returned SS4 form. And don't forget to include the hyphen in the number. The hyphen in the number there is part of your EIN. Take note of that. Then next, we move on to company website. If you have a website, you can use your company website. Our company type is a limited liability company, which is formed. The industry, drop down, choose an industry that matches your company. When we get to company description, make sure that you try to emphasize the fact that you're going to be serving clients from the United States. Or maybe if your business is not only located to serve customers and clients from the United States, serve everyone from around the world, you can include that. Make sure to emphasize serving United States clients as well. That may be advantage to your registration and to your company description. Major investors optional. You can skip this if you don't have any major investors that are well known. Then that's the end of the first part. Then the second part is company address. So the address you have to put in here, if you go with the virtual address that we picked, if you go with the virtual address that the platform that we used gave us, then you should input the virtual address inside here, because this will match with the documents on your articles of organization and your certificate of organization. So now you can opt to use a registered agent address and also accept as legal address. Okay, now it says here we can't accept PO box, virtual address, or mail center for a legal address. It is not a problem. Still use the virtual business address that the platform gives to you. You won't have any issue with it, because the address is actually a real physical business address in the United States. So you don't need to worry about this statement here, as it doesn't concern you if you follow the exact step that we did in our LLC formation with the platform that we used. So country and territory, the United States. The street address is already what is on your articles of organization. If you're not sure, please open your articles of organization and put in the exact detail there. The suite number is going to be there as well. The city and the state is going to be there as well, and the zip code is also going to be there. You'll find all of this information in your articles of organization. Okay, now enter a physical address for your business. When you come to this physical address of your business here, make sure that you use the address of your business. So where you are operating your business. So for example, now I'm currently living in Turkey. I am going to make sure that I put in the address of Turkey here. Why? When you get to this part here, this address field in here is different from this address field in here. Just take note of this. The address that you put in this section here must match your articles of organization. The address that you're going to put in this section here must match the proof of address that you'll have to provide later on. So for example, now if I have a bank in my local country, the address that will show up on my bank statement in my local country, or the address that will show up in the utility bill of my local country, must be the address that I'm going to give here. Because for the proof of address of this place, I'm going to use my articles of organization and certificates of organization. For the proof of address of this place, I have to use my utility bill, or I use a bank statement. So the address must match. Then once you complete and you input the information here, you click on ownership details. Now under ownership details, you put in your first name, you fill in your legal name, your job title, and your ownership percentage. If you own the company completely, that's 100%. Your job title, if you're a founder, that's it, you put it in there. Now who has primary responsibility of control? If it's you, you put it in there. Okay. Now, next we move on to company document. Okay. Now, this is where you upload all of your documents. So, for example, formation documents, you click on articles of incorporation, articles of organization, certificate of formation. So, articles of organization is the list of documents that the platform that we use to create our LLC is going to provide for us. So, we click on article of organization, and you simply just drag or you upload the document into this area here. Then your entity name, your LLC name. Next is your EIN document, your employer identification number document. You take it, you upload it here. So you can either use your LTR147C letter, or you use your returned SS4 form. Both are acceptable by Mercury. You upload it or you drag it into here, and that will be fine. Last part is expected activity. So this is where you explain what you expect the activity of your account to be used for. So to meet the banking regulation, we need a few details about how you're going to use your Mercury account, and estimate is what you need for now. It doesn't have to be exactly accurate. So where will your first deposit come from? So if you have someone who is sending money into your Mercury account to be your first depositor, click it. If you have a client that is going to pay you to be your first depositor, click it. Or if you're going to fund the account yourself as the first deposit, you click on self. So how do you plan to use your Mercury account? Take out all of what you need. So for example, if you are going to be receiving revenue from clients, you click here. If you're going to be using this account for operating expense, let's say to pay for your software or subscription or memberships for your company, click here as well. And if you have other things as well, click here as well. So this gives Mercury an overall view of what you're using your account for. So other accounts purposes, you can just state special purposes, any legal activity, that will be sufficient to put it in here. What is your expected monthly account balances? What do you expect that over the next few months, while your account is still new, how much are you expecting to receive? How much are you expecting your monthly account balance to be? So based on this, so if you're starting out 0 to 10K, if you are a good business, you're already in business, 10K to 100K should be fine. So which countries will you operate in? You can pick the countries whereby you are actually operating from. Here, make sure that the country that you pick here actually matches the physical address that you already have. Payment to main banking regulation will need additional details about the transaction you'll be making with your Mercury account, and estimates will also be fine. So how much money do you expect to send or receive each month? You fill this out as well. Which country do you expect to send and receive money from? You fill this out as well based on what your business is currently doing. And once you fill those information out, you get to this part whereby you are allowed to review your information. Now, once you fill in all of this, in addition to the articles of organization that you've already uploaded, your EIN document that you've already uploaded, Mercury will also ask you to submit a personal ID. So for example, a passport is the best option. An international passport is the best option in this regard, and also a proof of address that matches the ownership information details that you put in previously in the physical address of your business, as I've mentioned. So you can use your utility bill, but personally I recommend that you use a bank statement for a domiciliary USD bank account that you have in your country. So in your country, there are two accounts that you can have. You can have the local currency account and a domiciliary account in USD or in euro or in pounds. If you can get access to a bank statement of that domiciliary account, that will even give you more edge in being able to successfully open a Mercury account. But if you don't have a domiciliary account, you only have a local bank account, that should also be fine. You can just upload that along with a utility bill, so that will serve as double proof of residential address for you personally and for your business, and you should have no problem in having Mercury successfully approve opening of your bank accounts. And this completes how to successfully open a Mercury bank account. And in the next 24 hours, Mercury should review your account. If Mercury need additional details or they want you to clarify something, they will reach out to you through email. So over the next 24 hours, make sure that you check your email constantly so that you don't get any delay in the review and the approval process. Once any document or additional clarification is required, you can always upload it to Mercury. They send you the link to upload and to adjust. And within 24 hours, your account should actually be approved.